progressed based on the needs and technologies of the time, the art of storytelling has remained the same. Movies are a combination of art and science. The technological revolution has literally changed the way we see movies, and therefore, by necessity, has changed the way we write movies. But no matter what changes are made in the execution of the material, the nature of the screenplay is the same as it has always been. A screenplay is a story told with pictures, in dialogue and description, and placed within the context of dramatic structure. That's what it is. That is its nature. It is the art of visual storytelling. The craft of screenwriting is a creative process that can be learned. To tell a story, you have to set up your characters, introduce the dramatic premise, what the story is about, and the dramatic situation, the circumstances surrounding the action. Create obstacles for your characters to confront and overcome, then resolve the story. You know, boy meets girl, boy gets girl, boy loses girl. All stories, from Aristotle through all the constellations of civilization, embody the same dramatic principles. In Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, Frodo becomes the ring bearer to return the ring to its place of origin, Mount Doom, so he can destroy it. That is his dramatic need. How he gets there and completes the task is the story. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring sets up the characters and situation and narrative through line. It establishes Frodo and the Shire, as well as the Fellowship, who set off on their mission to Mount Doom. Part 2, The Two Towers, dramatizes the obstacles Frodo, Sam, and the Fellowship confront on their journey to destroy the ring. They are confronted with obstacle after obstacle that hinder their mission. At the same time, Aragorn and the others must overcome many challenges to defeat the orcs at Helm's Deep. And Part 3, The Return of the King, resolves the story. Frodo and Sam reach Mount Doom and watch as the ring and Gollum fall into the fires and are destroyed. Aragorn is crowned king, and the hobbits return to the Shire and their life plays out. Setup, confrontation, and resolution. It is the stuff of drama. I learned this when I was a kid, sitting in a darkened theater, popcorn in hand, gazing in awe and wonder at the images projected on the white river of light reflected on that monster screen. A native of Los Angeles, my grandfather arrived here from Poland in 1907. I grew up surrounded by the film industry. When I was about 10, as a member of the Sheriff's Boys Band, I was cast in Frank Capra's The State of the Union, starring Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. I don't remember much about the experience, except that Van Johnson taught me how to play checkers. On Saturday afternoons, my friends and I used to sneak into the neighborhood theater and watch the serials of Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers. During my teens, going to the movies became a passion, a form of entertainment, a distraction, and a topic of discussion, as well as a place to make out and have fun. Occasionally, there would be unforgettable moments, like watching Bogart and Bacall in To Have and Have Not, or Walter Houston's mad dance as he discovered gold in the mountains in The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, or watching Brando stagger up the gangplank at the end of On the Waterfront. I attended Hollywood High School and was invited to join the Athenians, one of the many clubs whose members hung out together during high school. A short time after graduation, one of my best friends, Frank Mazzola, also a member of the Athenians, met James Dean and formed a strong relationship with him. Frank introduced Dean to what a high school club was like during this period. By today's standards, it would probably be referred to as a gang. Director Nicholas Ray and James Dean chose Frank to be the gang consultant in Rebel Without a Cause and to play the part of Crunch in the movie, so the Athenians became the model of the club/gang in Rebel Without a Cause. Occasionally, Dean would come with us when we strolled down Hollywood Boulevard on a Saturday night looking for trouble. We were the so-called tough kids, never backing down from anything, whether it was a dare or a fight. We managed to get into a lot of trouble. Dean loved hearing about our adventures and would continually pump us for details. When we pulled some wild stunt, whatever it was, he wanted to know how it started, what we were thinking, how it felt. Actors' questions. It was only after Rebel Without a Cause was released and stormed the world that I became aware of how significant our contribution to the movie had been.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.